It says we're live on YouTube. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope we're actually live. Are we?
Are we live?
Are.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Now we're live.
I think we are live, double secret officially. It looks like it says it on my their YouTube thing. And so I'm going to guess that we are in fact live. How is everybody doing out there in, it's not TV land anymore, I guess YouTube land? I hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone is having a great
Evening.
Evening. Let's see here. It's yelling at me.
Good to see
here.
Mike Pence is back.
Mike Pence is back for the time being. Yes.
Dylan, he definitely, I think we discovered that is, I think the face on Mars is just Mike Pence.
Yes.
Really is kind of looking like that.
That's something we realized as we were putting this stream together, is that, I mean, you look directly into his beautiful... I am coming only... in my right. I was actually worried about that, so I am glad you mentioned that, Craig, about my thing there. So let's see if I can't fix that. Doop, doop, doo. This is what has to happen sometimes. This is what's got to happen. Balance. Oh, I'm just going to make it mono. That should have fixed it. If it didn't, I don't know what to do.
Gives a shit.
So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And we do have a special surprise for this live stream. And we have a special surprise afterwards for our patrons. We got to push it back a little bit, though. That was the one thing we had to do. And let me actually see if I can look at the news here. Dear. Yes, it looks like, in fact, that will be happening relatively soon. So let's open it up with something fun. I think that's what we're all about here. We're all about having fun, and we have a few fun things in store for everybody. So let's load the first thing. This is something that our good friend... Oh, I can't click on anything. This is something our good friend Brent found. Brent found he is truly a master of finding things. And so let's kind of start with this here. Let me, okay. And
see what it is.
Let's see what it is. You know what it is. This is something that we talked about recently. We just talked about it a few moments ago, the face on Mars.
Oh, yes. Real truth.
It's real truth.
It's going to get really math-based right at the beginning of this.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's just all... It's going to be all math, basically. So let me... My mouse is full of crud. So, God. Brent, I hope you can see what's on my screen here.
I can see Mike Pence, yeah.
You see Mike Pence still?
No. I see the face on Mars.
You're making a joke there.
Sorry about
that. Let's take a look at this real documentation of what's going on by Richard Hoagland and the face on Mars.
I'm interrupting our UN briefing for a moment because for the last 9 years, the argument has raged regarding the reality of this object as a constructed artifact.
It's raged.
Well, our focus has now begun to shift. We're looking more at the meaning of this object, including a possible connection with the Earth.
Scientists
for those of you who may not have been following our investigation, however, including our recent briefings at NASA Lewis, for instance, I would like to emphasize some of that compelling evidence. The key to our apparently successful solution to the riddle of Cydonia, which is the name of the region on Mars
looks like
where
an
Viking
ear.
initially photographed the face, turned out not to be the face at all.
And there's a mouth.
A 2-mile long, half-mile high, 5-sided pyramid located a few miles away. It was Aero Torin, our team member on loan from the Defense Mapping Agency, who cracked the code. Because Torin found, when measuring the internal geometry of the D&M pyramid, that it contains incredible geometric structure, fundamental mathematical constants, which in the universe are
There's
the
going to be a
to
quiz after this. I
signify
hope
the
you write this
presence
down.
of intelligence. That's why we term this object the Rosetta Stone of Sidonia. Imagine my intense gratification as I remeasured the relationships between
yourself in
all
the
the
shoes.
so-called anomalous objects we had previously identified grouped around the face,
Look
to
at all that
discover
math.
the identical geometry to the D&M, including multiple examples of identical mathematical constants. It was at this point that we began to worry less
Computer
about the ultimate
enhanced
reality of
and
the so-called face
rectified.
on Mars, and more about the meaning of the message of Sidonia. If there was a deliberate meaning behind the incredible geometry now displayed by the monuments of Mars,
Incredible.
what could be the meaning? Well, it turns out to center on this figure.
Oh.
This is a four-sided, four-cornered object
like how it said
termed
city.
a tetrahedron. And I predict you're going to be hearing a lot more about this object in the years ahead. Because
Well,
if
we
you
certainly
put this
did. It was
structure
all over the news.
in a sphere, it predicts some remarkable phenomena. For if you put a hypothetical tetrahedra in a planet,
Which is
the
a sphere.
tips touch inside at a key latitude. And at those latitudes,
Inside a cube.
something significant occurs. Watch. Because it turns out
All right, enough of that.
Good
we don't.
enough.
It's
Good
too
enough.
much.
Too much. Yeah, too much.
It's too much
academia.
knowledge. We just can't handle it. We just can't handle all that knowledge. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, so let's. I think I've got something. I think will kind of take the edge off, so to speak.
Yeah.
From that, because that was a little intense.
It's a little heavy right off the bat. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, guys.
As Craig says in the YouTube chat, absolutely. If does a lot of heavy lifting. That is absolutely true. You know, I think the old "amazing if true" is kind of one of my favorite if statements. It does so much. I mean, you can say anything.
So much heavy lifting.
Brent lives inside the face on Mars. Amazing if true. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
If you did in fact live there, okay, but yeah, enough science, right? You know, not everyone has a capital S science degree. We can't all be doing that. So I actually, this is something my fiance found.
Nice.
And actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I got to stop the presses for a second. I
yeah?
forgot to. I told Brent a story that happened to me like an hour ago. So me and the fiance, she had an intense day today, and so she needed to go to Dairy Queen. And so we went to Dairy Queen. We got the Animal Cookie Blizzard, which I can recommend. It was very good. But on the way there, we passed by a Church's Chicken. And for whatever reason, they opted to put on the sign 12-piece dark family meal. Now,
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure.
Is there a
were
comma
free-
or anything in there?
No.
Or is it like separated by another line?
Well, it was, but it was the meal part.
Still,
So it was
yeah.
12-piece dark family
Wow.
meal. And I think that was a mistaken way of talking about that. I think I would have opted for a different way of communicating, to be perfectly honest. I think that's a little much. Yes, Craig, it was delicious. The Animal Cookie Blizzard was delicious. I don't think Craig is talking about the 12-piece dark family
Right.
meal. Okay.
I didn't know if you'd stop there right after getting the blizzard, which would be
No,
kinda backwards.
that's too much. Even for me, that's too much. So, all right, that's a little heavy. Let's find something. I found something a little bit lighter that I think everyone is going to enjoy.
Secrets of the Moon. Just kidding.
No, this actually has nothing to do with the moon. And Brent, I don't think you knew about this, but it
Ooh, all
looks
right.
like there's some lonely eels out there. So let me kind of show everybody this. There's a Japanese aquarium that's filled with eels. And apparently what they're doing, this is happening May 3rd through 5th. Look at that. Isn't that an adorable eel?
Wow.
That's pretty cute. And so what they're doing is they're doing like basically a Skype session with these eels. So they're going to point iPads, I think, into the eel tank. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, to help the eels reconnect with their admirers. It doesn't want me to. The aquarium is setting up 5 tablets facing their tank, with users asked to connect through iPhones or iPads via the FaceTime app. So if you want to talk with an eel, so they don't forget what people look like and they won't get scared. That's the idea.
I hope an eel doesn't do like a monkey filter or something. It'll be confusing.
That would be great.
Like, what am I talking to? A monkey or an eel?
I mean, I think that's fine. I think it's fine
Yeah,
if the eel does it. The real problem is if the person does it. We don't want to confuse the eels.
That's a good point.
They're the ones who have a fairly tenuous grasp on human beings. They're thinking, they're kind of forgetting how friendly and nice we are, and they're going back to thinking we're very dangerous, kind of disturbing folks. And so we want to avoid that. So I highly recommend to everyone watching, I think so May 3rd through 5th. This is The Guardian, so they say 3 through 5 May, which is just disgusting. That's not true. I'm just kidding. But yeah, May 3rd through 5th. They call it a festival. So go and enjoy some eels being live streamed. I think you'll all really come to enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Brent, how's your day been before we
been
go into
good.
anything?
It's been good. I was off today, so I had some nice time around the house doing nothing really. I didn't go out, obviously, because
Why not? What's going on?
Well,
out there?
no one's is allowed out of their home in Vegas. I'm just kidding. But they did yesterday extend our lockdown. It's kind of confusing. I think they said till May 15th, but then it was sort of this vague, I think some things can open, like retail can do curbside, I guess, but you have to be a standalone, but not a mall. It's kind of confusing, but casinos won't be open till June. I'm thinking, or closer to June, I should say, because they're thinking more like 25th. The last week of May or June. So we'll see.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
We're doing something similar where it's like May 15th, some things opening
with your
up.
fascist governor, right? Got it.
Our authoritarian, that woman from Michigan.
People are storming your capital right now with guns, I think. So I heard.
They were.
Sounds like you go wrong.
Because it's social distancing, it equals communism. I mean, this is true. This is something we've learned.
That's a good point.
And we got to fight against it. It's not something we can take lightly.
Yeah. The
social distancing there. So so we're all still inside. I hope everyone is staying safe wherever they are. We certainly are. We're looking forward to hanging out with these garden eels. I think that's all I really got going on. But there's other animals out there. That's one thing that we know for true. And one of those animals is the white buffalo.
Ooh.
And this is, again, something that I think our friend Forrest, who's he? Our friend Brent found. And so I think everyone could really appreciate this. Again, we need buffaloes in our lives.
I agree.
Let me see if I can make sure I get this thing situated here. Oh, full screen.
And I like
Blam.
to share the story of the first rainbow gathering. Grandfather David, a Hopi elder, who showed up at the gathering. And there he was, telling us about the prophecy. When all the air is getting polluted and the waters are being polluted and the trees are being chopped down and things don't look too good for the human race, that there would be a new race born.
Hold on, everybody.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Getting a technical glitch here.
I was wondering if it was sharing the screen. There we go.
Of all the races, of all the colors, and all the places. And these people would be known as warriors of the rainbow. And they would have feathers in their hair and grow their hair, and they would live and die for the earth. They would do anything for nature. And they will get out there and help save the planet. And there will be a sign, he said. The sign
By
will
taking
be, there'll
LSD.
be a white buffalo And we were in Colorado mountains, and there was snow on the mountains right in front of us. And they melted, the snow melted and left the shape of a white buffalo. And Grandfather David pointed at the white buffalo. He said, the prophecy has come.
It was a unique period in time.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I agree.
I think
I agree with all
definitely
that.
the white buffalo is hanging out. I think we know that for sure. Let me get back on here. So we said we had a surprise for you, and we do. Of course, that surprise is it's a little late, and so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this properly. So we're gonna I'm gonna have to experiment here, see if we can't do it. Let me see how I can do this. Brent, tell me something.
Yeah.
While I figure this
Okay.
out.
I'm gonna say that I think we should all go to the Rainbow Gathering. Every one of you guys that are watching, let's all meet up.
Craig's
this
already
year.
been there.
Oh yeah. How was it, Craig? Was it just like actually there's a new documentary that I think like it's like a year old, but I saw the what is that? 2016 Rainbow Gathering. So it's a couple years old. It's a little dated, but it's in Pennsylvania. Documentary's not as good as this one. So
Brent, you better keep talking.
oh, I will. I'm thinking about okay, Craig, I'm gonna look and see what you're saying.
Craig, you got to help us out, buddy. I think I'm so close. I can feel it in my bones. But I can figure this out.
Yeah, I don't know. The Rainbow Gathering. So if you remember correctly, there was reports of them kind of trashing their sites, which, not everyone did, but I've heard that they've left some places kind of shitty. So not so ecologically friendly in some regards, but
Yeah. I think my favorite of all the Rainbow Gathering stuff was how they were the real Native Americans.
Yes,
Do you
that's
remember
right.
how you remember that?
More so
truth?
than the actual Native Americans.
Yeah.
Which is true.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
At first, but then I
yeah,
found
that's
that
I
out.
forgot about that.
It's
That
definitely
was-
true.
That's we got to find out where the 2020 one is, I guess. Because I think it's around July 4th, so it's coming up. I have not researched that. I don't know if it's like the Barkley Marathon and you just can't find out anything about it. I haven't really even tried. I'm not gonna lie.
It seemed like the Rainbow Gathering was very. You gotta like connect with somebody. They're not doing a lot of Facebook.
Yeah, you have
They
to
don't
go
have
to
a
like
Twitter feed.
Yeah, it's like you have to go to a crystal healing website, and that takes you to some other website that's connected to some really old something, and that'll take you to there, and it's a whole thing.
It's like a rave you don't want to go to.
Right.
So like a rave. Okay.
A lot of nudity going on.
There's a lot of nudity. Also in a rave. So I think we're ready.
Okay.
And I hope everyone can handle this. It's gonna be pretty intense. Ready?
Let's do it. We're all naked. Just kidding.
Oh my God! It's Forrest!
Oh my God! Did the Mike Pence head thing work or no?
It did. I was
Okay, good. 'Cause I
when you were
can't.
gonna be late. I was like, oh no! Like in order to change the stuff, it has to show. But then I figured out you can change stuff while it's hidden.
Nice.
Which I literally just figured out right now, live on air. Yeah, Craig, I know I didn't get it perfect, but the fade in was perfect. There was a split second where you could see Forrest, but it was like a subliminal message. It just said Forrest. It was just Forrest, and he was smoking. Smoke. All right, Forrest.
So, I can't see you guys. I still have the Rainbow Gathering pulled up.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, yep, That's my fault. Hold on. Hold your dang horses there. I don't know where. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on, y'all. All right.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah. Oh, Mike's shrunk.
I can't see the chat or anything. Should I have my YouTube pulled up on another
Yeah,
window?
you could go if you go to YouTube.
Pulled up, and of course this. Look at this. Look how Brent got all fuck it up.
See if I can pull it up.
The black monolith is trying to take over.
Not the black monolith. There we go. Okay.
Very nice.
All right. Look how good you look. All right. Now we don't have to do that anymore. Now I don't have to be fucking terrified. All right. Let's see here. Is everything going good? Oh, yeah. It's probably... Okay. Forrest, I want you to talk. Talk
so much. How was dinner?
Oh, it was actually pretty good.
Did you guys go out to eat?
No, we cooked.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it was good.
Italians cooking?
Never heard of such a thing.
What? Never heard of this before.
Did anyone like slice the garlic so thin that you could melt it in the olive oil, which is something that doesn't really happen?
You got to use a razor blade, otherwise it don't do it right. Okay.
Look at this shit. Boom.
Yes, I'm partially Italian, even though I do not look it at all. Here.
I am just pure Irish and English. That's basically all I am. I found out.
You're Babylonian.
Mostly I'm British, but I'm like 20% Italian.
The bad one. If you're LaRouche, that is Babylon. That's Babylon, my friend. It's not good. It's not what you want to see. All right, let's see what we got here. So now that Forrest is here, I can show you something that I found today, and I was very happy to find it today. It's our friend Alex Jones. He's getting some ideas. Let's just put it that way. He's found himself some ideas. Maybe they're not the best ideas, but they're his ideas nonetheless. And so I think everybody really needs to see this. So let me see if I can't do this here. Ding, 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 ding. Excuse me, y'all. Boom.
I'm just going to pull up the live stream on my phone.
Yeah,
I guess that's the best way to see comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the comments on my side here. Brent, you're looking at the Patreon?
I am. Nothing coming through that end.
Oh, that's fine. All right, let me see if I can find this thing here.
I'll have to for
Whoa, Alex.
Getting ahead of himself.
Oh, I think Craig knows. I think Craig knows what's about to happen.
Spoiler.
Oh, no, and look at this shit. Oh, my fucking God. Hold on. I don't know what. Look at this jank-ass shit. I'm trying to be professional, and Skype is ruining my whole life. All right, that's good enough. All right. Let's see what Alex Jones is up to. Oh, yeah, first, let me fix this thing. Let's see what Alex Jones is up to.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids down. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will.
It's funny because he can't see his kids.
No.
Combat model, optimum self-sufficiency, probably the leader. The point is have you thought about that yet? Because I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor, how I'm going to haul him up by a chain and chop his ass
at least he's
up?
eating locally.
I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry.
That background too, I feel like it's snow.
Ass.
I feel like it's an Alex Jones Christmas.
That's why I want the globalists to know.
It's an
I will
Alex
eat your ass
Jones
first.
Christmas.
Eat your ass first. Okay.
I'll
All right, we don't need enough of that. I mean, I didn't realize the song went, and won't you eat my neighbor? I thought it was I thought it was being. I thought you wanted to be the neighbor, but apparently I was wrong about that. Oh gosh. And so the one thing I should note The Aquarian Ibis, who is hanging around the Discord, he notes, Daddy, where'd the neighbors go? Because that's something, if you're going to kill the neighbors for your children, do you tell your children they're eating people burgers? What do you think?
I think, sure, why not?
Yeah. Be honest with your kids.
Yeah, as he says, honesty gives you superpowers. Or honesty is a superpower.
Honesty is a superpower, and so you
Yes.
want to. I feel if you're, God damn it.
Help me.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave you. Yeah, right in the middle. You're just a little sliver. That's the cubic prison that I've put you in, my friend. You're now in prison.
It's not a cube, so it's basically a cube. Got it.
Yeah, it's a cube adjacent object, and the one thing we've learned, that's enough. That's fucking enough.
Sideways letterbox.
Yeah, sideways letterbox. All right, now you're big again. We'll figure that out at some point. Why that keeps on fucking happening.
It's Skype.
But yeah, I think that at some point, Griffin on. It's funny. I'm getting the Patreons now.
Oh yeah,
And,
I
Griffin
just saw
notes-
that. It just came through.
It did. I just saw it.
Yeah.
I'm really happy I
Yes,
found
it
that. I
is.
found that only a few hours ago. So very grateful to our Google Masters for putting that in the None Dare Call It Ordinary inbox. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see here. So,
Did you guys get your apple cider?
Oh boy.
dude,
Oh boy.
No,
are you planning on
Sen-
sleeping
He's
tonight?
going full alpha.
well, not just tonight. I'm not going to be able to sleep for what, 30 days?
Yeah, 30 days, son of a bitch.
All right, here it goes. I'm going to see if there's a sense of impending
Real-time
doom.
experiment.
All right. I've got the sense of impending doom. I think you somehow alphaed it onto me.
Here's another episode of Running on Empty Food Review.
There goes my pick.
Today we have a delicacy here, apple cider. And I'm going to eat that with my stuffed crust Baron's Pizza from Target.
Is that MMS bleach gear? Should
No, this is the
inject
kryptonite
it. Don't ingest.
to Jordan Peterson. Right
Oh,
here.
okay.
Here it is. All right, here we go.
It's delicious.
Time for the simultaneous sip.
Oh, God. We're mixing so many metaphors at this point.
I know, nobody gets my references probably. Sorry, everybody.
God, Adams.
Yeah, there's Scott Adams, but there's also, I think, Review Bra? Is that
Review
what his
Bra,
name is?
Scott. I did
Report
Review
of the week,
Bras.
Dylan.
Scott,
Report of the Week, that's right.
yeah, Review Bra is the unofficial title.
Yeah. And it's funny how it started.
You should play that next. Might as well.
We
Jesus.
could, yeah. I think we have some of those. I got something lined up, but I will find that. But yeah, it was at first. I've heard of him like a long time ago. It was something like, "Hey, look at this guy." And I'm like, "All right," I just forgot. But then I think it was Forrest found him, and was just utterly disgusted.
Yes.
Utterly disgusted, totally upset about it. And then now it's kind of, I don't know if it's ironically.
Can I tell you guys
enjoying it, but-
something?
Yeah, what?
I was going to tell you this. I have written my favorite titles of his. These are my favorite. Did Popeye's buttermilk biscuits ruin my day? Did Pizza Hut get it right this time? And did Taco Bell totally blew it? Or wait, Taco Bell totally blew it? I blew
You
it.
totally blew that.
I blew that fucking title. Taco Bell totally blew it with the double chalupa. And did Panda Express drop the ball this time?
Oh no, they dropped.
We
a
don't
fucking
know.
Ball. God damn.
Pan Express never
He's a
drops the
reporter.
ball.
What is happening right now?
I'm fixing shit.
No, I mean, why did we get into this guy?
Because I brought it.
He looks like
Yeah.
a skinny Christopher Walken, as you said, Forrest. I agree.
And he's got the big
He's
gangster
like a shrunken-
suits.
Yeah, he looks like 15-year-old Christopher Walken.
And he's not. He's like 23. He's mega young.
Food review, wow.
And he's reviewing a bunch of garbage. All right, so we've been talking about a lot of alphas, and what is more alpha than not believing in germs, right? And also throwing axes at perhaps maybe innocent bystanders. I don't know if they're really innocent. Who can say? And so I think we have to return to our good dear friend Pete Hegseth And let's see this fucked up again. Let's see where this axe happens to go.
It's the right way to throw an axe.
No, it is all right up.
And this was a Fox News exclusive. Fox and Friends co-host Pete Hegseth aiming for accuracy and missing.
Who's going to win this battle of the lumberjacks?
Oh my God!
What you didn't see on air is what the axe hit, or should we say who? Drum roll, please. West Point marching band drummer Jeff Prosperi got hammered by the axe while the other band members kept drumming. Ouch! But soon after, Prosperi was being interviewed by the very co-host who'd nailed him.
It's a delight to be here to celebrate.
Absolutely.
And an even bigger delight to still have both hands. On his Facebook page, Prosperi posted the cell phone video and called the mishap obvious negligence. I am thankful to God that the double-sided blade only hit broadside on the outer elbow with significant impact and a couple of cuts. He said he was focusing on full physical and emotional recovery. Is it just me, or is that code for a lawsuit? Prosperi's not commenting, and Fox News didn't reply. But who needs enemies when you've got Fox and Friends like these?
Oops, I'm sorry.
Accidentally tossing a ball in the face of a 2-year-old basketball phenom.
We'll be right back. We'll see how Titus is.
Throw an axe at a baby.
Almost hurting.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Oh God, it's Mike Pence.
But does he change that tire?
I don't care if he changes the damn tire. All right.
It's all that
Like it's
bacteria
crushed
that's
on
built
the
up on his hand. They're so slippery.
I know.
Oh God. People are
Seriously.
getting upset that I'm changing the frame, so I think I'm just gonna keep the share screen on. So hopefully this doesn't ever happen again, because I'm getting tired of it too. All right, that's it. Last fucking time. Boom. All right. Yeah, who throws axes? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, seriously, on morning television, on a morning news.
It's
channel.
the baby. Yeah, Shayla Sullivan, you are correct. The baby did in fact have it coming.
That's true.
The drummer was innocent. The baby, however, babies are never innocent, as far as I'm concerned. All right.
They're the spawn of Adam. Of course not.
Ugh, gross. All right, let's see. Let's see what we have here in our list of stories. Oh, here's one. This is kind of a nice short thing. Our friend Dennis Prager. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mr. Prager. We talked about PragerU a little bit ago. Turns out he has some opinions about the authoritarian coronavirus shenanigans going on, about how governors across the state, including my governor, that woman from Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, is attempting to, all lock us all in our homes and put in a one world police state. And so
That's just obvious.
Mr. Prager had some thoughts about that. Specifically, he thought the lockdown is the greatest mistake in the history of humanity. Which I don't think is true.
I think that's correct.
I can't think of anything worse, though. Can you?
Yeah.
Think of one thing. One mistake worse. Come on.
He's gonna. I feel the only way out of this is that you really gotta lean in on mistake. So, like, let's say the Holocaust. Like, well, look, the Holocaust wasn't a mistake in the sense that, like, it was kind of that's what they were going for. Really bad. But I'm gonna. I don't know if this is
like
true.
Maybe not having enough lifeboats on the Titanic. Maybe
Right.
that's a mistake, right? So you got to work from that kind of realm of things.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad mistake. So also, speaking of our friend, oh look, I go back and I don't have to fucking change anything. What a fucking miracle. Speaking of coronavirus, our friend Donald Trump had some views about Scott Adams disagrees, of course, but he had some views about putting certain things in your body, kind of musing, if you will, to us, dupes, as it were, who believe anything that the fake news media tells us.
Yep.
We interpreted him as kind of, mindlessly musing about the possibility of injecting disinfectants, maybe in the lungs, to get rid of the coronavirus. Now, this was false. Trump has since said that this was sarcastic. But there's at least one person who not only thinks it wasn't sarcastic, but who takes credit for influencing Donald Trump in this direction, and that is our buddy Mark Grennan of the Church of Health and Healing of MMS fame. So let's kind of put this up. Bleach peddler lobbied Trump before he suggested disinfectant.
Wow.
So yeah, it turns out this is why Trump did it. Trump was not being sarcastic.
He's part of the Genesis 2 church, right?
Yes, the Genesis 2 Church of Health and Healing. Right. That is right. And so, yeah, Mark Grennan, the truth is coming out. Clearly, Trump, he got a letter. Mark Grennan sent the president a letter, and the president took it to heart. But he didn't have the strength of conviction to go all the way. I really think he should have just stayed with thinking that, yeah, he wasn't being sarcastic. Not only did he actually say that he wants to put Clorox in your blood, he should double down. He should make it mandatory.
UV light inside of you too.
He wanted to inject light only, Dylan. You're taking him out of context.
Well, I know that's the Scott Adams view, but I really think Mark Grennan changed this man's mind. I think Trump has a mind to be changed. I think Mark Grennan did it.
That's the funniest thing I've ever
heard. Getting political all of a sudden. And so, yeah, I think this is interesting. I think this is a really important reporting that...
When Brent first showed me this, I just said, oh, of course. I wasn't even surprised.
I always love when people do it's not a bug, it's a feature move. That's kind of what I love. I love this idea of no, he did say that, and it's great that he said it. Yeah. That's to me. Whenever you can make that work, I always think it's a positive thing. Let's see here. So I think we might need some more MMS bleach cure. I don't think we've had enough.
I agree.
Since the president is clearly a fan. I think we all could use a little bit of a refresher. I mean, I know, we've already talked about it. We had a whole episode about it. But we have even more information that has come to light, and I really think everybody needs to see this as quickly as possible. So let me shift this over here and see if I can't show everyone this.
And potentially dangerous for people.
Has it been? I mean, has anyone had serious health consequences?
This is the argument that comes back. If you look at the way that sodium chlorate, which was one of the chemicals that's used in there, yes, there are definitely some cases on the record of people who've overconsumed this. Believers in the church say, look, just if you take it in a proper dose, it's not going to be a problem.
Proper.
And I say church because they created a church of health and healing to be able to promote this product.
Right.
And they also don't believe in vaccines and x-rays as well. So there's a sort of libertarian approach to anything that you put in your body. They should be free to do. But the real concern that we had, and I know a lot of people out there would say, let people do what they want to do. This is now being promoted as a cure for
It always reminds me of the Jurassic Park.
And this is where things get a little darker. Some people would say that adults should have the freedom to put whatever they want in their body, but what really got us concerned, and where we were tipped off to this story, in fact, was by people who said that this is being promoted.
I just say you
as
should
a
always
cure
get your
for
medicine
autism.
from
This is being
church.
given to children who obviously do not have a say in this. This is being given to children in the form of bleach-like enemas that are being given to children. Is one of the ways that, and this is being promoted by some credible autism agencies, foundations, even here in Canada, as being a cure for autism.
Because parents are so desperate, they want help, and they'll look to any potential source.
And
did I mishear, or did he say that there were legitimate autism organizations promoting this. I don't think that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, I felt like I must have hallucinated that, but I believe that's what he said.
You took DMT before doing this, right?
Oh, maybe that's why. Because I thought that was conceptually impossible for a legitimate organization to promote MMS bleach care. But what do I know? Yeah, so that's really fucking sad. Just in case we all forgot that Mark Grennan, it might be fun that he convinced Donald Trump to advocate drinking bleach, but also it fucks up kids. So that's great. That's always fun to see. Let's see what else do we have here. Is there anything more fun that we can talk about? I already talked about the eels. That was probably the funnest thing that we had. Let's take out of here. What do we got? Oh! We did a little episode on USOs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there for that one,
We
sadly.
weren't. Unidentified submerged objects. And UFOs, much more popular. What if I told you there was one unidentified object, one UO, that was both an F and an S? Would you believe it?
No.
No. Well,
I'm skeptical.
Your skepticism is stupid, my friend, because it turns out that exact thing exists.
Oh, my God.
The Nimitz UFO, which was seen in 2004, and there's a famous video of it apparently, it was also seen underwater 2007 to 2008 by a former United States Air Force intelligence experts.
Damn.
Yeah. So, turns out this one guy, here it is. Here's this very clear video.
Yeah.
Actually, did you see the full video, actually?
No. You
That's
know what?
pretty interesting.
Let's do it right now. Let's learn something.
Oh, it's muted.
Oh.
Situation where that report will probably come out sometime down the road where it was able to track one underwater at the speed I told you, around 550 miles an hour.
This is something else. I thought they were going to.
As far as I know,
I thought you would hear the
was
voices
a Los
of the
Angeles
pilots,
flash,
which is
so
in
they
the
did the
original
tracking.
footage.
Of the UFO?
But I'm not sure exactly what the
That would be
dates were. I
evidence.
believe it was around 2007, 2008, and that's the information I have so far. So as soon as I get more detailed information,
I just
I'll try to
picture
get
like those lines are
get
actually
that back out to you. But it was kind of in passing where someone had mentioned that. I didn't think much of it. I thought it was just a torpedo that they were working on with supercavitation, but apparently not.
As you can see, the Paul Potter force field is around it. It's very blurry.
Yeah.
Must be a toroid shell in there.
You
It
see
does
it,
look
yeah.
a bit like a black toroid. I mean, that's
It's-
totally...
you got the toroid. You have the blurriness, which is.
Can we get someone to draw this, and then maybe we can figure it out from there? Whoa!
Nice.
Thanks, Daily
unexpected.
Star. I'm glad no one saw that on the stream. We would get kicked off the airwaves. I think
Can't believe-
Craig is mentioned on the YouTube chat. I think
Hi,
it's a flying
I'm
whale.
Miss
Hey! I don't know. Daily Star is throwing up some saucy video material. I don't know why they're doing that to me. This is a clean show. We're not going to have any of
they're
that on
watching.
here.
COVID porn.
You know it's out there, right?
I have not looked that up yet. so
You don't.
now I got something to do later.
I haven't looked it up, but anyway.
Guarantee
All right.
you.
We don't need to do that. So UFO turned into a USO. Maybe
That's
it's
pretty unique.
It's got a both.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the first one I've heard of. I don't know if there's any more of those guys out there. All right, let's see. Let me check the time here. What do we have on here? So, Forrest, what have you been doing?
I've been hustling and shit, man. Living the American dream, not collecting welfare like you fucking lazy sons of bitches. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, we have been just collecting welfare. I mean, that is true. And so I don't know if we figured out if you're going to be... you're coming back.
Yeah, no, coming back. I think we'll do whatever the next main episode is. I guess you and Brent are going to record on Sunday something else, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever the next one is, I'll come back for that.
All right, perfect. So we are so happy
And
to
for
finally,
the,
because people have
Of course,
been
we'll be here for the 75 remaining Frank Dukes,
Frank Dukes
series,
episodes,
so.
and yeah, for all our patrons, that
Only
is the next
75.
bonus.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
And
probably like 150.
It's looking pretty saucy. I'm just gonna say that about the new Frank Dukes there.
Are we 10 pages in, or what's?
We how many? I don't
Is it
know.
really only? I thought you were already like volume
I think
1
now,
through 18.
I think we're up to 50. I think we're up to
Okay,
50 now, so we're making some kind of progress. It's hard. Lots of lulls and ha-has in the margin notes, because I had to do 2 levels of laugh. So lull means, I know it stands for laugh out loud, but lull is more, oh, that's kind of funny. And then when I write ha-ha, that's when I actually laugh out loud from something I've read. So there's a lot of lulls and only a few choice ha-has. And yeah, as Craig just noticed, Forrest, a lot of people on the Discord, they say it's not the same without you. And so we're glad to have you back. Maybe people will like the show again. Now that you're back.
Were our numbers going down?
Drastically.
Yeah, I think last month, April, I think we had 3 downloads. So it was pretty rough. We had a lot more than that before.
Going backwards in patrons. Now we have to undo everything we've done.
Yeah, I think we had negative downloads.
Yeah.
We had negative 500 people. We're giving them back. I didn't think that was possible. Okay. So let's see what I want to do here. We're getting to the end of things. There was something I saw in here that's really good. Okay, so Brent has something that he says is for Forrest.
Oh,
and,
it's a little surprise.
And I actually don't know. Oh, now I know what this is because I saw the preview. And this is actually something that has come up today, and so I really hope that our friend
I spoiled it already.
Oh, Forrest spoiled it. So let's take a look at
I don't know
this.
if you've seen this though.
I have seen this.
Today's review is for the Burger King Bacon and Cheese Whopper. It's an
This is a
iconic sandwich,
retrospective.
and I've always wanted to try out the bacon variant. I am the reporter of the week. I do
bacon
food reviews
variant.
on YouTube. This is Running on Empty Food Review. Yeah, I get a lot of fan art. I never would personally even think of half of this stuff in terms of YouTube popularity.
character.
It's like going into a field during a thunderstorm
I
and
wouldn't think of a
waiting to get
portrait.
struck by lightning. Very small chance it'll happen, but it could. So the first review I ever did was for 5 Hour Energy in pomegranate flavor.
And I'll be rating them on 3 categories: price,
Little Chris
ability, and
is really
taste.
good.
You know, it wasn't the
Adorable.
greatest thing ever to try, but, you know, it made for a memorable first review at least. At this
Why
point
can't
in
he
time,
stand-
I've
Why the
made
garage?
Why
about
can't he look
600
directly into the
videos
camera? He's
from
gotta, like,
Taco
stand
Bell
Yeah,
to
he always
the
stands-
cheesy core burritos.
Stands sideways.
There's no definitive boundary.
Like, what are you in Twisted
of
Pair
where
by
the
Neil Breen?
cheesy core begins and where it ends. I also reviewed the triple double crunch wrap from
so
McDonald's. I even
strangely.
went back and reviewed the Big Mac because I
I
wasn't
hate when he
wasn't sure how many
takes
people
the
would
light,
actually
and then he
tried that. Who knows?
he
I
takes the
did a
item and puts it
comparison
right up to the
side by
camera
side
to show the
review
bite mark.
of Great Value purified drinking water versus Great Value spring water. It is clear in color, odorless.
This
with
guy has
no
to be a troll.
carbonation. People might
so
suggest,
like
well,
an
you should
actual
review
troll.
steaks because it goes well with the suits and maybe the demeanor. But I always have to say, is every average American
his
going to be
legs
eating
look
a
so
steak
good.
dinner every night? No. Fast food, though. Well, there's usually a McDonald's every half mile. It's extremely popular. And I thought to myself, I want to be applicable to the largest number of people. I'm going to review large fast food chains. Not the worst thing I've ever
Jesus.
eaten. Not the best either.
Taco Bell didn't
The
totally
main
blow it this
competition
time.
I've got now is from a channel called Joey's World Tour.
You want to be a great business person, cater to idiocracy. That's the key.
All right, I don't care about Joey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
Fuck
don't want to
that.
get this. Is
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
who
no.
cares about that? But yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's interesting looking at that
Face right there.
that face right there. So yeah, I really should. I should just leave it at that. right there for the rest of the, for the rest of. But no, I'm not going to do that to y'all. But just how kind of self-aware he is. It was very much like, I want to reach the most people possible. McDonald's and fast food is very, very popular, so I'm going to review those products. And it makes him a little bit more of a sociopath, maybe. Like, it was very much like, I'm going to do this thing that's super, super popular. Yeah. Got another Patreon comment, Brent. I shouldn't be the one bringing those up.
I know, I just saw it.
By the way.
Let us look.
He's making yeah, Craig. Yeah. He is making a lot of money. I believe it. He's got millions and millions of folks.
I just like the way he'll say like today we're going to try out the new Red Baron's stuffed crust pizza, and they say this is a microwavable delicacy. Like this way, like those are the word choices he makes. Always pretty amazing.
Review.
Food review.
Run on empty. Okay, yeah. This is really taking up a lot of this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are the ones who are obsessed about it. And Brent, I had no idea it was going to be Review Bra, but Brent put it on the list, and I am, legally obligated to show it. And so I think we should end on a bit of a more solemn note. And I don't think I mentioned this yet to Brent and Forrest, but this is someone I discovered. This man, David W. Knight, passed away recently. He was 94 years old. He lived a very long and good life. He was a good man. But the reason I'm bringing him up is because he was also an expanding Earth theoretician. His great passion was science. In the 60s, he began developing a contrarian theory about the origins and development of the planet Earth, which he described in the book Expanding Earth, Constant Mass, published in 2018. So
let's. It says he died of dementia, and he published in 2018. So maybe that.
He's been working on it since the 60s. So let's not pull a Nietzsche on him. All right, just because Nietzsche had some problems. But the other thing, besides him being an expanding Earth gentleman, I did want to mention they talked about donations to the Fund for Lake George. So everyone out there, hey, throw them a couple bucks. I think all of the expanding Earth theorists out there deserve to have the donations good. And be sure to mention the Expanding Earth when you make those donations. They're going to get the references. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Keep looking at the time because we have to end on a certain note. And so I got to make sure we have the time to end on that note. All right. So that's pretty solemn. It's pretty intense. Death. I think...
Thanks, Dylan. Now I'm all fucking depressed.
I know. I mean, it's been really
heavy stream.
It's a heavy stream. It's been a solemn, heavy time, and so I think that is appropriate. And so I think maybe we should lighten the mood a little bit. I know a lot of us are very interested in sports. I know Brent is. He talked about ESPN. They're playing video games now on ESPN, which is just, who needs that? So let's talk about a little sport that I and everyone else likes to call shin kicking.
This is like being shut down during social distancing. He works his hands up.
Imagine if aliens landed here and this is the first thing we saw.
Scarecrow scientist. Fire? Oh.
Yeah, from the flashes from the bulbs, it looks like this like spark.
They set the scarecrows on fire and then hammers to the shins.
Extreme.
That is the most extreme thing I've ever seen. And I have to, it's funny, Aquarian Ibis mentions Turkish oil wrestling, which I actually know a lot about because my fiance's sister, big into Turkish oil wrestling. And I think Kim knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, we might have to talk about that at some point, maybe in None Dare Call It Sports Part Dos.
Nice.
All right, so we have 3 minutes left. Really glad to have Forrest back. Glad to do this. I hope it was a little bit smoother than last time. I hope I'm much clearer. I think before it was like so jank. I was like all stretched out and pixelated. So we're thankful for that. For all our patrons, starting at in about half an hour, we have a special surprise in store for you. And the link is on Patreon. It's also, I threw it up on the Patreon Discord channel. So kind of stay on the lookout for that. But until then, we're gonna play you all out with our best friend in the whole world, Neil Breen, because he truly is one of the greatest artists of our time.
Wait. One of the greatest? No.
Yeah. I misspoke.
Tommy Wiseau. It's like, hey.
Greatest artist of our time. So stay safe out there and watch more Neil Breen movies.
My name is Cade. I have an identical twin brother, Cale.
Except he's tiny.
Then one day it all changed. There was a bright light in the sky and time stood still.
Extremely slow
We
walk.
were both selected.
That's not a parallax effect. That's just him growing.
The pure majesty of nature.
Programmable virtual reality, the corrupt version.
That's very Lynch.
A limitless digital universe, connecting all shared virtual reality.
This is ILM.
Digital
obviously did this.
tribes. I miss what I never knew.
I'll take
You're
you out to
creep.
dinner.
Leave me alone. I have a boyfriend.
Let's have
Get
it.
out of my
Let's
face.
have a
Leave me
drink.
alone.
Let's have a drink.
Leave me alone.
Let's have
I
a drink.
have a boyfriend.
I'll meet
Get
you
out of my
back here
face.
at 8 o'clock. I miss my brother.
Never moves.
I'm with you.
I miss my composite.
Programmable matter. Kuz's biological mutant warfare plans
Junior high lab.
must be stopped. Who am I? What am I?
It's a killer with unidentifiable DNA.
In AI,
The
fright
deleted scene
and
from the
interest
newest
are
Spider-Man
not
film.
far from each other. Things can become real in your mind. I trust you completely. and you believe things you wouldn't ordinarily believe.
Who's there?
Justice is served. This is where we bring you all to rot and die.
Kate, I will love you for all eternity.
Embers
We
aren't
will
moving.
live in a virtual metaverse, a virtual universe, living in our own world every day. Everyone has the right to love and peace.
These incompetent politicians.
I'll be right here.
Act
He
now.
rips off E.T. Why? I'll be right. Yeah, why? Why would you rip off E.T.? It's so bizarre.
Good night, everybody.
Bravo.
Good night,
Bravo.
everybody.